Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got another video for you all. We are going to be discussing the rise of fitness influencers and fitness world and culture on social media. So before we get started, please make sure you do like, comment and subscribe. It's all very free to do and it would help me out so much. And if you want to share this video, that would also mean the absolute world to me, because I'm trying to get a new audience in for this new content I'm doing, which I'm really enjoying, by the way. But now that's all said and done, oh also yeah, make sure you do comment, because I love reading your comments and I love replying. Yes, right, that's all done. I have done a little deep dive into the world of fitness and how it's taken a rise on social media and how we've now got finfluencers. Fitness influencers. I have this broken up into like 4 chapters. The chapters don't really make much sense. I just thought it would be easier for my own brain. Let's begin. Chapter 1 is the history of fitness. I actually find it quite interesting. It's interesting how it's changed. So fitness culture is a socio-cultural phenomenon surrounding exercise and physical fitness, and it's usually associated with gym culture, as doing physical exercises in locations such as gyms, wellness centres and health clubs, they're very popular activities. An international survey actually found that more than 27% of world total adult population attend fitness centres, and that 61% of regular exercisers are currently doing gym type activities. Fitness culture has been highly promoted through modern technology and from the rising popularity of social media platforms. So how did fitness start? Gymnastics of ancient Greece and Rome. The word gymnastics is from the Greek word gymnasium, which literally means to exercise naked. In ancient Greece and Rome, a public place devoted to athletes training called gymnasium for Greeks and Romans existed in cities. In Greece, gymnastic excellence was regarded as a noble and godly pursuit and was included in complete education. Gymnasiums became the centre of community, being associated with the arts, the study of logic and a source of entertainment. Skilled athletes attained an elevated status and devoted their lives to becoming proficient in exercise. Both men and women participated in various gymnastic exercises. The series of activities included swimming, throwing, wrestling, jumping and weightlifting. After the Romans conquered Greece, they developed their activities into a more formal sport and used their gymnasiums to prepare their legion for warfare. However, with the decline of the Roman Empire, people lost their interest in gymnastics and now it's only known as a form of entertainment. Isn't that weird? Like, so many people look down on gymnastics. I used to do gymnastics for years. People look down on it but like, look, it's the original starter of fitness. Moving on to the 19th century. From around 1800, gymnastics developed in Western countries and it was meant to enhance body in order to sustain public morals and to mould better citizens. A pioneer in the teaching of physical education in Sweden sought to reform and improve the gymnastics of the ancient Greeks. In 1850, the Supreme Medical Board of Russia reported to their emperor on his system that by improving one's overall fitness, an athlete can become superior to those who are merely focused on a subset of muscles or actions. In the mid-19th century, the world saw the rise of physical culture, a movement that emphasised the importance of physical exercise for men, women and children. One physician even advocated for males and females to exercise together in the gym. Crazy for back then. And in 1896, men's gymnastics was on the schedule of the first modern Olympics, and the Olympic gymnastic competition for women began in 1928. World War II era. Leading up to and during World War II, totalitarian regimes used gymnastics as a way to promote their ideologies. Physical fitness was at the core of Nazi philosophy, and the German government financed the construction of sports and wellness facilities. In 1922, the Nazi Party established the Hitler Youth, where children and adolescents participated in physical activities to develop both their physical and mental fitness. Nazi sports imagery served the purpose of promoting the idea of Aryan racial superiority. And in 1933, an Aryans-only policy was instituted in all German athlete organisations. Cold War. During the Cold War, a focus on physical fitness emerged in both the United States and the Soviet Union. Senator Hubert Humphrey gravely warned that communist dominance came from superior sports and fitness programs. President John F. Kennedy issued a call to the nation urging Americans to prioritise their physical fitness across the country. Fitness was clearly described as a, quote, matter of achieving an optimum state of well-being that required exercises from both the young and the old. The focus on fitness also opened the doors for female athletes in both the US and the Soviet Union to become more prominent as contenders in the Olympics. After World War II, a new form of non-organised, individualistic, health-orientated, physical and recreational activities such as jogging began to really take a rise. The Royal Canadian Air Force exercise plans developed by Dr. Bill Auburn in 1961 sold 23 million copies to the public. United States Air Force Colonel Kenneth Cooper's book Aerobics was released in 1968 and the mass market version The New Aerobics in 1979. These publications by Auburn and Cooper helped to launch modern fitness culture, and the Olympics inspired a running boom in the 1970s. Then we have Jane Fonda's exercise videos, very famous. So they were released in 1982. And due to these, aerobics became a popular form of group gymnastic activity, and I feel like that's what really started the push on fitness. Fitness then began to be commercialised. Gyms were set up with the goals not to improve public health, but to stimulate and exploit the desire of people to keep fit, have fun and improve themselves. This can also be observed in today's gyms, where bodybuilders are trying to reach their desired aesthetic ideas through muscle development using weights and other equipment. Growth in bodybuilding as a fitness idea followed the movie and book Pumping Iron in 1977. Now getting on to what we're really talking about. Advances in technology in the 21st century have changed the way of doing fitness activities. The quantified self has become a new phenomenon where people use technological devices to support their workouts, such as pedometer, heart rate monitor, smartphone apps, watches. There is a decrease in the popularity of pure aerobics exercises. The attention is moving from aerobics, bodybuilding and traditional technique of exercises to activities such as yoga, Zumba, Pilates, spin classes and aquacycling, tai chi, kickboxing and outdoor fitness. Overall, fitness culture refers to the societal norms, values and behaviours related to physical fitness and exercise. It includes a wide range of activities, beliefs and practices that revolve around maintaining a healthy and active lifestyle. Fitness culture has clearly evolved over the years and it can vary greatly from one region to another. This is definitely true. And obviously, just to preface what we're going to be discussing, fitness culture can be a positive force in promoting physical health. Nonetheless, it can also have negative aspects, such as the potential for body shaming, unhealthy obsession, and excessive competition. Maintaining a balanced approach to fitness is crucial for overall well-being. In recent years, there has been a growing focus on body positivity and inclusivity within fitness culture, emphasising that fitness and health comes in all various forms and that everyone should feel welcome to participate regardless of their body size or fitness level, which I do agree with, but also I don't, because I don't really think we've come that far with that yet. Chapter 2, Rise on Social Media. So from here on, I just want to give a trigger warning to discussing eating disorders. If that's going to upset you in any way, please click out, because we are going to be discussing that heavily. Please click out. But yeah, chapter 2, Rise on Social Media. To discuss the rise on social media, we first need to discuss media. Mass media, so like magazines, newspapers, stuff like that. They advertised an ideal body image, often promoting slimness, thinness for females and slenderness or a muscular look for males. Commercial advertisements have also created an influential and powerful force in promoting a stereotype of ideal body image. We've seen in the past fashion magazines promote slimness and thinness as the ideal female image. For years, celebs' bodies were completely bashed and shamed in the media, which is so triggering. This is also due to the fact that back then, oh, still a lot now, models are usually very slender, they're tall, but the shape of models has actually changed towards a more curvy type. Now, this would be great if they were actually curvy and plus size. I mean, yeah, it's more the Kim Kardashian body that's accepted, not the natural curvy body. And this does often spark controversies because mostly these bodies that you're seeing, they aren't naturally curvy. They are manufactured. They are BBLs, they're surgeries. They aren't a natural curvy body. And also, can we just discuss, like, if you go into PLT and go into their plus size, are any of those women actually plus size? Honestly, every time I look, it baffles me. Fitness related content on social media can be called fitspiration. When women view fitness content, they tend to develop a more negative body image and are quicker to compare their bodies to the ones they're seeing in the media, in magazines, or on social media. Obviously, men are very subject to this as well, but I'm not going to be discussing men because I'm a woman. Just like how media progresses with everything, fitness and diet culture started to become prominent on social media platforms instead of magazines and paps shaming people. Now, yeah, this could be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. In a way, celebs are less critiqued nowadays. Let's think Brittany Spears, Lindsay Lohan, anyone back in them early 2000s, if they even put on a slight bit of weight, they would be shamed, or even perhaps would always just congratulate the way skinny people look. So there was one where it says, "Posh has put weight on." Like, what? And then in the bottom it literally says extreme celeb diets, Amy doesn't eat all day. What? Also, Amy Winehouse literally used to make herself sick after she ate. She literally had an eating disorder. Why are we promoting this? Relies on energy drinks, lives off diet shakes. Oh, excellent. And then also you get the way too skinny. You know, you can never win. Now, on the other hand, there is millions and millions of more people using social media in the modern day, and many, many more younger people consuming this fitness and diet culture on social media than they would be than seeing it in a magazine. Like anything, it's gone from one bad thing to another bad thing. With social media, a new job has arose. The title of influencer has been introduced. People can and have made this job out of pretty much anything they want to, from beauty, fashion, parenting, and of course, a very prevalent one, fitness. A fitness influencer is someone who posts their workouts and or meals to encourage others to live a healthy lifestyle. Many followers see this as a personal trainer in their pocket to use at home or at the gym that they can get for free. I mean, well, that's the idea of it, but yeah, we're gonna get on to more of that, but yeah, that's basically what they're meant to do. Now, if you've never ever compared your body to anyone, never had a problem with eating, etc., then you may not see anything wrong with a fitness influencer, and I'm glad for that. And I'm by no means saying it shouldn't be a thing, because I think it should be, as it can be helpful for people wanting to reach a goal healthily, but they can't because they can't afford a personal trainer, or they don't want to go to a gym. Some people are shy, they feel shit in a gym basically. So I don't think it should not be a thing, but I just think there's a lot of people doing it wrong. Bit of a sub chapter: why is fitness become popular? It's clear that fitness has grown because of the overwhelming concern of health and physical well-being, which, yeah, is good. And I think it's because people want to be perceived as a certain way as well. I believe it's popular because it does make you seem like a more rounded, more confident, motivated person if you're working out. And also, let's just be honest, most people work out because they want to look good. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. The modern day accessibility to fitness and anything to do with that can be great, but it can also be harmful as it is pushing it in people's faces. And these people could be susceptible to become obsessed with their body image and their eating. Before, it wasn't shoved in your face. It was seen as something that just people want to do for fun. Or at the Olympics, it was something to watch. And people that didn't want to do it just usually didn't. But now the constant seeing of fitness and push of an ideal body is making people want to more, which can end badly. Obviously it can also be great. It's a very blurred line kind of thing. One thing that has to be said is that millennials and Gen Z are the driving forces behind the current fitness boom. These generations, am I Gen Z? Yeah. Prioritise health, wellness and self-care. Sometimes a bit too much, to the point where you feel shit if you're not doing a 10,000 step skincare routine and going to the gym every single day and then a sauna after. But anyway, their influence on the fitness industry has compelled businesses to adapt and create innovative and inclusive fitness solutions, which again is great, but as a society, we just have to take it too far. And there is too much exposure at times. We can't talk about the rise of social media fitness without discussing lockdown, as that really accelerated the use of home workouts and virtual training programs, creating new opportunities for fitness enthusiasts to engage in meaningful fitness experiences. At least that's how it seems. And I believe that is the aim for many fitness influencers. However, I don't think their aim worked with, I'm not gonna say most, a lot of people. I think lockdown and the surge of home fitness, therefore the surge in fitness content being pushed out on people, done more damage than good. I personally know lockdown and the way fitness was bloody forced onto us, it affected them, and you can take my word for it, or you can just go in, for example, Chloe Ting's workout videos from back in lockdown, all of the comments, and also just look up like anyone on TikTok, lockdown fitness, people got hurt and damaged. People that didn't even have eating problems or obsessive fitness things, they fell into that because of lockdown and the way the fitness industry was pushed onto everyone. Even, I'm not gonna lie, I was recovered. I had an eating disorder. I recovered, but even when lockdown happened and the constant push I was seeing everywhere, I literally could not escape it. It made me fall back into habits, and I'm not like that now, obviously, again, but yeah, it made me fall into bad habits. By the way, I'm not saying Chloe Ting intentionally wanted to give people eating disorders, obviously not. I genuinely think she loves working out, has a passion for doing the videos. She's not intending for people to, you know, receive them in that way, but a lot of people did. There are many amazing fitness influencers doing everything right and not portraying unhealthy ways in how they promote fitness and eating. However, I genuinely do think that there is a fine line, and there is so many who are doing it very wrong and harming others potentially. It is blatantly obvious to me, as someone who recovered an eating disorder, and I still do deal with some of them faults, that a lot of fitness influencers are just showing off, in a sense, projecting unintentionally sometimes and looking for approval, because that is a very common mindset for someone with an eating disorder. In a way, it's very much the modern day version of Tumblr Thinspo. Who remembers? God, was awful. And this way that influencers are portraying it and basically promoting eating disorders is much less blatant, but so yeah, better in some ways, but also still awful. Eating disorders have obviously been around forever, but there's no denying the upsurge due to social media and the young impressionable people who now have more and more access to this. And like I said, especially in lockdown, fitness influencers, whether they intend to or not, do attract younger people more, because the older you are, the less likely you will be actively using social media and or even be able to become influenced by something being promoted, such as a diet or workout. This is why the data on eating disorders is younger now than it was, let's say, back in the 90s or early 2000s, when it was more young adults seeing like Kate Moss, for example. Moving us on to Chapter 3, Celebrity Impact. Celebrities play a significant role in shaping and popularising fitness trends. With their influence and massive following, celebrities have the power to encourage millions of people to embrace a healthier lifestyle. Whether this is through endorsing fitness apparel, sharing workout routines, or promoting specific diets, celebrities serve as role models for individuals striving to achieve their fitness goals. However, celebrities who are not known for fitness are so problematic, and I'm yet to see any celebrity do it correctly. I believe celebrities pushing fitness was the primer for fitness influencers. Just like magazines turning to social media, celebrities discussing diet and fitness turned into fitness influencers who can make and made a job out of it. An example of celebrity impact on fitness and health and diet culture is obviously Kate Moss. In a 2009 interview, she literally said, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels." She's since apologized, but I'm sorry, what? She was not like a teenager when she said it. Who actually says that to the public? And that was just completely the kind of toxic celebrity eating issues were put out on people, like, all the time. In the early 2000s, it was a trend to be stick thin, and celebs clearly were doing this in unhealthy ways, and the media really focused constantly on their bodies, like I said previously, and to many people, staying that stick thin just wasn't reachable. Then around the 2016 era, it was the Kardashian body and curves that started to become a trend, which would be, you know, great in theory. But again, this wasn't realistic for most people. Most curvy people have a belly, and the reason Kardashians had these curves and a flat stomach is because of surgery. Again, just unrealistic. Why are bodies a trend anyway? I would say now the trend is going back into that stick thin, like, you know, like with the low rise, looking like Paris Hilton stick thin, like stick thin, like, oh my god, why is it a trend? Like, it's not an item of clothing, you can't really change it. Why are we trending body types? Now we get into huge celebrities' rise on social media within promoting health and fitness. You remember, it was constant ads popping up for detox teas for weight loss, waist trainers where they would put really weird triggering captions, shakes endorsed the incorrect way. Now this would be fine if there was transparency about the products. No, a fit tea didn't make you skinny and give you a big bum. A BBL did. And this continues to this day with, you know, failed Love Island stars constantly doing ads of these lose weight supplements and fit tea, and it's ridiculous. Like, a tea, it's just got a shitload of caffeine in, mate. When social media first started to rise, it was just celebs who were already famous that would be able to be big on there and make money on there, etc. But as it progressed, that's when people started realizing how lucrative being an influencer and being paid through being an influencer could be. Now, these fitness influencers would sometimes also promote fit tea, etc. But in the last, I'd say, 5 years, they've realised this is bad, and this will lead their audience to not trust them, which is really good. However, now it's a lot less blatant in a lot of the ways they could be harming people. Also, an extra point I wanted to add on that I just feel really surged fitness industry is fashion brands. Gymshark, for example, will literally sponsor people showing their workout clothes, and these people don't even work out ever, or they have had surgery. Can I just say, even I worked with the brand Fabletics back in 2020. It was my first big paid sponsor with my old management, and yeah, I did love the clothes. They were great, but I just didn't work out. Not only was I not a fitness influencer, I just never ever talked about working out, ever. Why are they sponsoring me? I know this isn't really relevant to what I'm discussing, but it 100% made the fitness industry surge and made more people want to become fitness influencers to get free items and earn money through sponsorships. Chapter 4. Examples of problematic influencers. So I'm not really going to talk about specific people as such. Well, there is one, but we'll get onto that in a sec. I'm going to be giving examples of things that, if you see a fitness influencer do, run. First up is what I eat in a day videos. With calorie counting and or starting off the video with a shot of their body. It's not needed and it's totally unnecessary. And most of the time, it's literally just girls just showing off how little they eat. And in the same sense, Also, if they are promoting fasting the incorrect way. Now, I think that if you're working to build muscle and are taking lots of protein, etc., I just don't see an issue with that. When you're promoting eating disorders and showing food that a toddler would be eating, not a full-grown adult, you are wrong. And it's sickening to me, some of these videos I see. Another thing they do wrong, when they say specific things like exercises of how to get rid of your hip dips. You can't. I have hip dips and I am through a stage of trying to get rid of them. They just don't. It's the way your body is. Yeah, you can do workouts, build your bum, let the side glutes give the illusion of it, which can help, but end of the day, you're still gonna have hip dips. It's the way your body is, and same thing, it's like how 10-minute workout for lower stomach fat. That's not gonna help you. If you're not eating correctly, it's genetics as well, genetics, and also a womb. I'm quite a slim person. But I have a lower belly because I clearly have a big womb. I've tried everything to get rid of it. It just does not go. And the only way it goes, the only time it has ever gone, is when I was severely anorexic and seriously ill because of it. Another one that fitness influencers do is editing their photos, or if not editing, just doing different angles. Like they'll breathe in and breathe out. People sometimes do this to promote themselves as a fitness influencer, or like trying to promote their own course, or they could be doing this just to promote a brand or the brand's product, etc. The main problem with a lot of fitness influencers is they've started their account just after they say they've recovered an eating disorder, and they put out there that they are now showing people how to be healthy and that they've recovered and you can too, but it's so clear they are still in that eating disorder mindset, and it's so damaging. And I know this because I had one, and I can tell when someone's still in that mindset and promoting damaging ideologies. Anna Archer, for example, she's got like over 1 million on TikTok now, but ages ago, I'm not joking, she literally promoted a 250 calorie dinner and like saying you don't need any carbs, 0 carbs. She made like a little snack with like tuna on cucumber. Oh my god. Another one is any that over exercise to a point that it's ridiculous. Some I see will go on 3 runs a day and go daily to the gym 7 days a week, which is just not right, and it can do more harm than good. Also, you're not even letting your muscle grow. And this is even worse when you can clearly see they are struggling with eating disorder or body image issues, because you can tell through the constant body checking. I followed this girl, I'm not going to drop names, and quite frankly I can't actually remember her name. I followed her for a while, but I had to unfollow because it was even triggering me. She was recovering from an eating disorder and she was documenting her journey, which is fine if you're doing it in the right way. There are some that do it in the right way, but hers was so bad. This was like pretty recent, like last year. She was clearly very underweight still and very ill, and I don't know what her mindset was, but she clearly needed to gain weight. She even said that herself. However, she would constantly be posting videos of her exercising, showing her body. It's so triggering. So, not only do we have body image issues with fitness influencers and the uprise on social media, but we also have people that use fitness to scam, as it is pretty easy to do. And you're taking advantage of someone when they're wanting an easier access to maybe to lose weight or get fit, and they don't want to go to the gym. It's easy to use fitness as a scam. So, Brittany Dawn. If you haven't heard of her, I'm going to tell you. Brittany Dawn started her fitness career in 2014 and formed the company Brittany Dawn Fitness LLC. Her business claimed to have provided tailored personal fitness plans, nutritional advice, and text message communication with her. Complaints of Brittany Dawn Fitness not providing services that were paid for began to emerge in 2015. Customers alleged that their personalised plans were very generic and that Brittany never contacted them to ever begin their plans. Later, complaints about her business were deleted from her social media profiles. Very guilty looking. She later appeared on Good Morning America in February 2019, 4 years later, to address the controversy and and people didn't receive that well, so then she later posted an apology video on YouTube. Brittany later began offering refunds to customers in exchange for signing an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. It was announced in February 2022 that the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a lawsuit against Brittany and Brittany Dawn Fitness LLC for violating Texas state consumer laws and was seeking up to $1 million in damages. I don't actually know what really happened. It's a bit murky from there, but now moving on to our last chapter. We're going to be discussing overall the pros and the cons of this upsurge, uprise in social media and fitness influencers, and also my conclusion. Let's start with some of the downsides. It can make fitness seem intimidating. Let's start with some of the downsides. Obviously, I've discussed a whole load of downsides, but these are just more generic ones and my ending to the video. So, it can make fitness seem intimidating. One of the downsides of social media's influence on fitness is the many images portraying unattainable goals. Photoshopped and carefully curated pictures can create a false sense of what a healthy body looks like, leading to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. It's important to remember that behind those images often are professional models, extreme editing, and unrealistic expectations. These distorted representations of fitness can make individuals feeling discouraged, fostering a belief that fitness is an unattainable and intimidating pursuit, hindering their motivation to adopt a healthier lifestyle, and even pushing some to do it in an unhealthy way, such as starving yourself. Another one is spreading misinformation. The vast amount of fitness-related information available on social media can be overwhelming and confusing. While there are reputable sources, many individuals claim to be experts without the necessary qualifications or knowledge. This abundance of self-proclaimed fitness gurus can lead to inaccurate or misleading information. It is crucial that people critically evaluate the credibility of sources, seek advice from qualified professionals, and rely on evidence-based research when making decisions regarding their fitness journey. Relying solely on unverified information from social media can result in ineffective or potentially harmful practices. And then, of course, body shaming. The anonymous way of the online world and the ease of sharing opinions on social media platforms has unfortunately given rise to body shaming. People can hide behind their screens and pass judgment on others' appearances, making hurtful comments or perpetuating a negative body image. Body shaming can not only damage that individual's self-confidence in themselves and their self-esteem, but can also set harmful societal standards. It's like we see so many comments on these fitness influencers' posts, you know, maybe good or bad, and then that does set more and more how we think we should look, if that makes sense. On the other hand, let's talk some real benefits of fitness on social media. Now, all of these things, I agree, are positives, but I can also discount all of them. Making fitness more accessible. One of the significant advantages, some may say, in the fitness realm is its ability to make fitness more accessible to a wider audience. Platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, TikTok provide a wealth of exercise, workout and food ideas that can be easily accessed and replicated. Individuals can find inspiration from fitness influencers, personal trainers and health and wellness brands, breaking down barriers to entry and providing opportunities for people to engage in fitness activities that suit their preference, abilities and schedules. What I have to say in contrast to that is, yeah, but it can be too accessible. The way our mental health is in this current age, it can be more harmful. Next, we have providing motivation. Seeing others in your social media feed actively showing their workouts, their meals, and fitness progress can be a powerful source of motivation. Seeing real people's journeys, triumphs, and challenges can inspire individuals to stay committed to their own fitness goals. Social media creates a virtual support system that helps individuals feel connected, accountable, and driven to make healthier choices. Motivational posts, uplifting comments, and sharing personal achievements gives a sense of community and encouragement, positively influencing individuals' attitudes towards their own health and well-being. And you know what, I can't really discount that. That is a good thing, I think. It can help you feel less alone. So you're on a weight loss journey in a healthy way, it can make you feel less alone. And then we have offering support, which is basically the same as the last one. They just kind of clutch at straws for the positives here. But online fitness communities and support groups on social media platforms offer a safe place for individuals to share their health journeys, seek advice and find support, which yeah is good, but also a lot of these things are wrong. These communities can provide emotional reinforcement, guidance and reassurance during challenging times. By connecting with like-minded individuals, the person can build a network that fosters positivity, camaraderie and mutual growth. Sharing experiences, triumphs, setbacks and lessons learned allows a person to feel supported and understood, ultimately reinforcing their commitment to the healthy lifestyle, which yes is great. I do think they're the only good things about it though, to be honest. But they're quite big good things. So my conclusion, but also my extra points that didn't really fit in anywhere else in the video, I just want to put in here. Besides the dangerous promotion and causing people mental harm, there is also the fact that many of these people are literally not certified trainers or certified nutritionists. Yet online they still have the ability to be people trainers by posting their workout of the day. This not only puts a false idea into their followers' heads, but it can also lead to literal injury, as dealing with weights and machines can be dangerous if movements are not done correctly. Someone could get hurt. Also, with so many fitness people, there's so much advice given out, and this can be confusing because you don't know whether you're coming or going. Like, should I take their advice, their advice? Another one I wanted to put on here is more to do with just the uprise of fitness in the modern day is calorie counting apps. I think these are so dodgy and harmful. I mean, I'm sure there are people definitely that use it healthily and they need it, maybe for a medical reason, and that is great, that's fine. But I do think they do more harm than good, I'm not gonna lie. At one point I even became obsessed with a calorie counting app. It didn't last long, thank God. But so many people become triggered by them and they're so easily accessible, and so many fitness influencers promote this. Another thing is media. Obviously, media clearly started the surge of issues and eating disorders and over obsession with fitness and eating, as it did, like we said, it started to boom during the celeb culture on like magazines and stuff. If you look at your parents, for example, I'm sure most people's parents were never and aren't obsessed with their body image. I'm not saying like everyone from that era isn't, but most of them aren't, especially compared to how we are now. I honestly dare you to go find one teenager that doesn't care about what their body looks like. You just won't find them. And my closing argument, it's not really an argument, my closing thought, I do think our generation, well, in the last 20 years and from now on, are just doomed, like with everything. From a young age, we are tuned to think skinny is best and that a flat stomach is best and gaining weight is bad. I even remember I'm not sure if they still do it now, but in UK primary schools, you would get weighed in front of everybody, and then you'd get letters sent home saying if you were like healthy weight, underweight or obese. And oh my god, like the fact I remember this, and this was probably when I was about 6. Awful, honestly. Yes, it could help childhood obesity, but I just feel it creates way more issues than it helps. And this is the same exact thing. Same thing goes for when they added calories onto menus. It's just not needed. I honestly think that is gonna harm more people. Anyway, we took kind of a tangent there, but that is the end of the video. I don't know if it was all organised very well. If this wasn't organised very well, I'm so sorry, but it was a really hard one to kind of put into these chapters and not repeat myself over and over again. It is hard to not repeat because a lot of them equal the same kind of thing. Does that make sense? I do hope you enjoyed, and if you want me to do a deep dive onto any other topics or pop culture, I don't know, this is not pop culture, then comment down below. But yeah, please just comment all your thoughts, opinions, facts, anything. And subscribe, it's all free to do and it helps me out so much. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it, it'll mean the world to me. And yeah, I love you all. I'll see you very soon for a new video.